Today we are going to settle this once and for all. Most people restore their headlights and 3 months later they are cloudy again, yellow again, faded again. So today I am not just restoring headlights, I am testing multiple methods side by side to see which one can restore headlights once and never again. I bought identical headlight lenses from a junkyard. They are all from the same vehicle model, same year, same condition. Every single lens is heavily oxidized. I will prep each one the exact same way, then we will apply different restoration methods. After that, we will do a UV exposure test, water exposure test, soap test, and a heat test to simulate sun aging. By the end of this test, we will know which method is the most permanent. I will also show the exact one I personally recommend, because if you do it correctly, you only need to restore your headlights once and never again. Why headlights yellow? The real cause. Headlights do not turn yellow because of dirt. They turn yellow because the factory UV protective clear coat breaks down from sun, heat, oxygen, and road chemicals. Modern headlights are made of polycarbonate plastic. Once that UV coating wears off, the raw plastic underneath is exposed to sunlight. UV light then oxidizes the polycarbonate. That changes how light passes through it and creates a cloudy, foggy yellow look. So the yellowing you see is not something sitting on the surface. It is damaged plastic. That is why cleaning, washing, or using toothpaste does not stop the problem. The issue is not dirt. The issue is missing UV protection. UV damage happens inside the plastic. Most people think yellowing is a layer you can wipe off, but oxidation penetrates into the plastic. Polycarbonate absorbs UV. UV breaks molecular bonds. The plastic changes chemically. That is why you cannot simply clean yellowing off. You have to sand until you reach healthy material. If you do not sand deep enough, old damaged polycarbonate remains underneath, and it will re-yellow faster. Foggy headlights reduce visibility at night. This is not only cosmetic. When plastic oxidizes, the surface scatters light instead of projecting it forward. Headlights become dimmer. Badly oxidized headlights can reduce light output by 40 to 80%. That means you are basically driving with half your headlight power. That affects braking distance, road sign visibility, and highway safety. Restoration is not only for looks, it is also for visibility. Heat accelerates oxidation. Sunlight is not the only problem. Heat multiplies oxidation. Headlights get hotter than paint because the bulb is right behind them. UV plus oxygen plus heat dramatically increases oxidation. Even in cloudy climates, or if someone parks in shade, engine bay heat still destroys the coating from the inside. Factory clear coats were never designed for 20 years. Factory headlight UV coatings are rated for roughly 5 to 7 years in outdoor UV environments. Not 20, not lifetime. Every older car will eventually yellow because the coating simply expires. That is why so many cars built after 2008 yellow at the same age. The coating reaches the end of its lifespan. It is not neglect. Methods we will test. We are testing 6 common headlight restoration methods to see which one lasts the longest. Toothpaste. Cheap hack. It has mild abrasives. It can make headlights look clearer for a few days, but there is zero UV protection. Bug spray. The DEET melts the surface, which makes it look shiny short-term. But that is chemical damage, and there is no coating protecting the lens. Sanding and polishing with no UV seal. This restores clarity correctly, but without a protective layer, the sun will damage the plastic again very quickly. Sanding and polishing followed by acrylic clear coat. This gives basic protection, better than nothing, but acrylic is not durable outside long-term. Sanding and polishing followed by 2K automotive clear coat. This is what body shops use, and it is the strongest DIY protection because it chemically hardens and blocks UV extremely well. Sanding and polishing followed by a professional UV coating system. This is the commercial method designed specifically for polycarbonate that can last multiple years. These 6 methods cover every approach on the internet. Quick hacks, decent DIY, and true long-term protection. Only one should stand out as the most durable. Control prep. Same for all lenses. Before applying any method, every lens will go through the exact same prep process. First, wash with dish soap and water to remove oils and dirt. Rinse clean. Tape the edges to protect paint. Then start sanding. First sand with 800 grit until the lens is evenly frosted. That step removes the failed UV coating, then move to 1500 grit wet sanding, then finish with 3000 grit wet sanding. After sanding, rinse again and fully dry. By removing the damaged layer, we now reveal clean polycarbonate. Every method now starts from the same baseline. No advantage, no bias. Only the final coating will make the difference. Toothpaste. Toothpaste contains tiny abrasives, so it can smooth the surface of the plastic and make headlights look clearer immediately. For this test, I will apply it with a microfiber pad, scrub for 60 seconds, then rinse and dry. Yes, it improves clarity, but it adds no UV protection. It is just polishing. Nothing seals the plastic from the sun, so this method will always fail fast. It looks good for a moment, but long-term, this is usually the worst option. Bug spray. Bug spray that contains DEET melts the surface slightly. That chemical softening makes the lens look shiny temporarily. But this is not true restoration. It is chemical damage disguised as clarity. If you leave it on too long, it can permanently warp the lens texture. And again, there is zero UV protection, no coating, no barrier. So this method also re-yellows extremely fast. Sand and polish with no UV protection. This is real restoration in terms of clarity. Sanding removes oxidized plastic and exposes clean plastic. Polishing brings it to a glass-like finish. In this test, after the multi-grit prep, we simply polish the lens until it looks clear. Visually, this one will look very good. The problem is there is no UV seal afterward. Raw polycarbonate is exposed directly to sunlight. That guarantees fast re-yellowing. It restores clarity correctly, but without a UV barrier, it is temporary. Professional UV coatings cost more, but last year's. Professional UV coatings are engineered for polycarbonate and use stronger UV inhibitors. They last years, not months. They cost more and are usually ordered from specialty suppliers, but they form a harder, more stable UV blocking layer. If you want a true do-it-once solution, this is where it starts. Sand and polish with acrylic clear coat. Acrylic clear is cheap, easy to find, and can be sprayed directly from a can. After polishing, I will apply 2 medium coats of acrylic. It looks good immediately. It absolutely improves clarity. But acrylic is not designed for long-term UV durability. It breaks down faster and is more vulnerable to chemicals. It is better than toothpaste or bug spray, but it usually fails within months. Good budget DIY, not lifetime. Sand and polish with 2K automotive clear coat. This is where durability becomes serious. 2K clear is the same type of coating used on factory paint. A 2-part hardening clear coat. After polishing, we apply 2 medium coats. It cures into a hard shell and contains strong UV absorbers. Done correctly, this can last multiple years. This is the strongest DIY option. Sand and polish with professional UV coating system. This is the top tier. These coatings are engineered specifically for headlight plastic with very high UV inhibitor load and high chemical stability. This is what mobile restoration techs use for dealerships. More expensive, but the longevity is on a different level. If your goal is do it once and never redo it, this is the category that delivers that. Durability testing. UV, water, soap, heat. After all 6 lenses have cured, we will put them through the exact same punishment. First, a direct UV exposure test using an artificial UV lamp. Second, a water exposure test with constant mist. Third, harsh soap and degreaser wipe tests to simulate real car wash chemicals. Fourth, a heat test to simulate summer sunbaking on a parked car. After all 4 torture steps, we will compare clarity, yellowing, and surface degradation side by side. Then we will see what actually protected the lens and what failed. So there you have it. 6 completely different methods. Same prep, same conditions. Now you know which methods are just temporary internet hacks and which ones actually protect headlights long term. If this helped you understand what really works, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the follow-up results as these coatings age. Comment below and tell me which method you have tried before and how long it lasted for you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.